News, ESPN College Gameday is back and the party is about to begin.
An in-depth interview with the new provost, Beth Ingram.
And the Bison volleyball team takes on rival UND.
This is SUTV News, and it starts now.
Welcome to SUTV News. I'm Cassie Rolfing.
And I'm Kayla Reamer. The NDSU campus in the Fargo-Moorhead area is abuzz.
ESPN College Gameday is back, and Bison fans couldn't be happier. The three-time national champions are riding an FCS record 26-game winning streak. SUTV Sports Director Joel Sipper was in Fargo Wednesday night as the ESPN semis rolled into downtown right by the Fargo Theater.
Last Saturday, Fargo got a pleasant surprise on Twitter. ESPN College Gameday producer Lee Fitting and ESPN College Gameday analyst Kirk Herbstreit tweeted a win against Weber State, and College Gameday would return to Fargo. With a 24-7 victory over Weber State, it was confirmed that America's biggest college football pregame show would come back for a consecutive year.
Kind of keep the same routine that we had last year, as far as just kind of keep our kids grounded. It's neat because they'll see all the trucks. They see some personalities coming out to practice. We're hoping to be able to get our guys to go down there on Friday and see the set like we did last year. I think it's a wonderful experience for our guys. I want them to be able to enjoy that.
It was estimated that College Gameday drew over 5,000 fans downtown last year, and still they had the capacity to hold more. This year, the host of College Gameday, Chris Fowler, explained to people on Twitter that it was the atmosphere that brought them back. While players like Carlton Littlejohn are excited that Fargo is hosting Game Day, they're still focused on the game on Saturday.
Just try not to worry about that stuff. I just worry about what's happening on the field, just worrying about the schemes and how we're going to play against their offense. So kind of keeping the rest of the stuff in the back of my head.
Hundreds of Bison fans lined Broadway downtown to welcome Game Day Wednesday. Not only has the buzz of College Gameday reached Bison fans, but it has also reached Bison players. For senior captain Kyle Emanuel, having Game Day in Fargo for 2 years in a row is an unreal experience.
When I was imagining, playing football over 4 years, if you had told me Game Day was going to come to NDSU twice, I would never believe that. And it's an unbelievable experience. I'm really happy for our fans. As players, obviously, we don't get to see a bunch of it. We'll go down there for a little while, but I'm really happy for our fans to be able to experience it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Joel Sipper, SUTV Sports.
ESPN College Gameday can be seen beginning at 8 a.m. and going until 11 a.m. It's on Cable 1, Channel 34. Joel will be back later with a preview of the Bison football home opener against Incarnate Word.
Students on campus are ready to get up bright and early on Saturday to watch ESPN College Gameday on Broadway. On this edition of Sidewalk Stampede, students tell us what ESPN coming back means to them.
How do you feel about College Gameday coming back to NDSU?
It's pretty cool. I didn't get a chance to go last year. I was doing an all-summers walk, but this year I will get a chance to go, and it's going to be pretty cool. I'm pretty excited, so going to get up super early, be very cold, but it's going to be a good time.
I personally love it. I mean, last year they said it was a first in a lifetime chance. Now it's like second in a lifetime. It was so much fun last year, and I hope it will be like even more fun this year.
How do you feel about College Gameday coming back to Fargo?
I think it's really exciting because not a lot of schools have had Game Day come twice, especially since we're FCS. There's only been a few schools that have had it come more than once.
I think it's a great opportunity to get some publicity for our university, and I think it's awesome because we have a great football program here and we deserve some recognition.
I'm actually really excited. I'm really surprised that they came back for a second time, especially 2 years in a row now. I didn't think that was going to happen.
Are you planning on going?
I am, yes.
What are you most excited about?
Probably I'm actually waiting in line for a bunch of hours.
What are you most excited about?
I don't know I should say it on camera, but the fun aspects and the game. Yeah.
Well, I'm excited that it's coming back for a consecutive year. I think it should be a lot of fun. 21 now, so I'll be downtown raging it out. Go Bison.
Many students are willing to wake up earlier than they would for their classes the Monday before a football game. Why? Because at 8 that morning, student tickets are up for grabs. Although these tickets going fast is not an uncommon thing, this week the 4,000 allotted seats became reserved in 3.5 minutes with no server crash like the year before. And as of yesterday, 1,500 are still on the waiting list. NDSU student body president Sarah Russell believes that although these tickets are such a hot item to watch the Bison play, it's about more than just the game.
I think if you asked any of the 4,000 students who gained tickets and any on the wait list, any who plan to watch with their friends, it's not really exactly all about football. It's about the experience, being in the Fargo Dome, watching that national championship banner be raised.
If you didn't get a ticket for this week's game against Incarnate Word, don't worry. There are 5 more home games for you to get your chance. Just be sure to wake up early.
You've heard them blast the sounds of On Bison after every touchdown and have seen them perform at each halftime. But what you may not have noticed is someone who brings a little sass and flair to the Gold Star Marching Band. SUTV's Cassie Rolfing has more on the GSMB's famous twirl girl.
To some, watching the Gold Star Marching Band, drumline, color guard, and twirlers can be considered an essential part of the Bison game day experience. It sure was to a young Shayna Magel.
I first saw my old coach twirling on the NDSU field, and it grabbed my attention right away, and I told my mom that I wanted to do that.
Fast forward a few years, and that dream of being on the field became a reality. Shayna, known as the Gold Star Band's Twirl Girl, has been with the GSMB for the past 6 seasons. She started when she was only a freshman in high school, and those in band couldn't imagine it any other way.
She's been with the band now for 7 years, as long as I've been here. We were just talking about that. She was featured my first year, and then she's been a regular part of the band ever since then. And she, with her skills and just her personality, she is a really important part of the band.
Not only has Shayna been well known to Bison fans and those in the Fargo-Moorhead area, this past summer she competed in nationals against twirlers from all over the country.
I was in maybe about 15 events, I think, somewhere around there, and I placed top 10 in quite a few of them.
And although she did enjoy the national recognition, she tries to always remember why she decided to twirl in the first place.
Well, I really liked how different it was and how unique the sport was, so I decided to stick with that, and I'm not really good at basketball or any other sport, so I stuck with baton.
Jokes aside, Shayna does plan to continue twirling even after she graduates and leaves the Gold Star Marching Band. But until the day she does graduate, the GSMB will enjoy having her around as long as they can.
She's very, very, very skilled at what she does, and she knows that she's talented, but in a real positive way. She just likes to have fun out there, and I think that that's always come through with her performances. She's just great to have with us in the band.
Cassie Rolfing reporting. SUTV News.
Competing in nationals is not a new thing for Shayna. She has been attending since she started twirling at the age of 7.
Crowds are gathered at the mostly rebuilt World Trade Center site Thursday to remember the terror attacks 13 years ago. 9/11 was marked by moments of silence, speeches, and bells to remember the nearly 3,000 people who lost their lives that day in 2001. Steve Kostenbaum was among those reporting from Manhattan on 9/11.
A day of remembrance across the country. At the new One World Trade Center, thousands gathered to remember those who perished when the Twin Towers fell. They marked the minute the first plane hit with a moment of silence, one of several planned for the day.
It's very somber, very heart-wrenching, and a beautiful way to remember all these people.
The names of those who died are read every year by people like David Jones, who lost his brother.
It means everything. That's why I'm here every year. I gotta be here. This is where he passes, where his spirit is.
Sarah Fisher was just 4 years old when she lost her father on 9/11.
Hope people remember how on 9/11 we all came together as a country, and they are paying their respects, but it's not a sad day, it's just a day of remembrance.
At the Pentagon, the president spoke at a special ceremony hosted by Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel and Joint Chiefs Chairman Martin Dempsey. The president addressed the families of those who died at the Pentagon on 9/11.
America endures in the strength of your families who, through your anguish, kept living. You've kept alive a love that no act of terror can ever extinguish.
A special ceremony is also being held in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, to remember those who lost their lives when United 93 crashed in a field there.
Flags were at half-staff in honor of those who lost their lives.
Coming up, we have more on SUTV News. Stay with us.
The NDSU Bookstore, where every true fan and alum goes to get their pride on. Gear up with a variety of high-quality t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and more. Made by top-of-the-line brands like Under Armour, Nike, and CI Sport to help you show off your Bison pride. The NDSU Bookstore has everything you need in your two favorite colors, green and gold.
Welcome back.
Bison fans are in for a treat come early next year. Herds and Horns will open in the Bison Block 1 next to Cafe Delight. Former Bison punter Mike Dragosevich is co-owner, and his new restaurant will be about Bison pride. The main goal of Herds and Horns is for a Bison nation to leave the restaurant with more Bison pride than they came in with. One way he plans on doing so is by getting the Bison herd as involved as he can.
In the meantime, before we launch this thing, we want to get as many fans and alumni to be a part of the entire process. And hopefully what makes it different is it's potentially the house the fans and students built.
Dragosevich is owner of Spotlight Media, which publishes a number of magazines locally, including Bison Illustrated. Other co-owners include Bison Block owner Roger Gilbertson, Brent Teveen, Todd Fuller, and former Bison wrestler Steve Saxland.
NDSU students, faculty, and nearby citizens have a new place to get their caffeine fix. Cafe Delight, formerly known as Jitters, is the latest business to join the 12th Avenue North Bison Block 1 community. With green and gold painted walls, owner Megan Poku say they are here to support the Bison community and local businesses. She hopes students come in for the service but feel welcome to study, do other homework, and hold meetings. All food and drinks are freshly made or locally supplied, and the music is tuned to a local station. This local pride is what drew her and her husband to open the cafe.
We just have a passion for quality and a passion for community, so we wanted to open something that brings people together, a place for people to get to know each other, get connected.
Cafe Delight is open from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. on weekdays and from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. on weekends.
Newly elected Provost Beth Ingram has a lot on her plate and is trying to get in the swing of things. But as SUTV's co-news director Cassie Rolfing sits down with the Provost, it's easy to see Dr. Ingram is excited to be part of the NDSU family.
What are some of the goals you have this year?
To really learn what makes the campus tick and what's important to the people at NDSU. And then, of course, the other big part of my job is to help the president, to work with the president to forward his mission and goals and vision for the university.
So I guess going off of that too, are there any concerns you have going into this year?
You know, it's always a little bit nerve-wracking to move to a new place and meet new people and make new friends. But that's not really a concern. It's just, you know, it's new and different.
How has NDSU been different than the University of Iowa, your last job?
You know, you'd be surprised at how similar they are. A lot of the problems that we were talking about at the University of Iowa are issues that face North Dakota State as well, because we're both located in the Midwest. And so, you know, there's concern about declining student populations, about making sure that we're accessible so that we keep tuition low, that we provide enough financial aid.
How do you think we're doing, like, as a land-grant university? Do you think we're going
students
the way
away.
we should be?
I would say I see a lot of faculty and staff who are very interested in connecting with the people of North Dakota and the upper Midwest. I see a lot of interest in making sure research is relevant, and that includes basic research too, things that may not translate into something directly benefiting people, but you can see the steps down the road.
How do you feel about College Game Day coming a second year in a row?
It's pretty exciting. I watched it last year, actually, and it was just so great to see that big Fargo Theater sign in the background and all the fans that showed up. It's it's a testament to how successful NDSU has been, not only in athletics, but also I think as a research university in getting our name out there, that this is a great place to be.
Coming up after the break, the North Dakota University system has a plan to make textbooks more affordable. Stay with us.
I'm your friend.
I am your coworker.
I'm your neighbor.
There's no set person that defines who needs help in North Dakota.
I play cards with your grandmother every week.
Hunger is becoming more and more widespread and more known because there are people standing up and saying, hey, this can't happen. We can't be having this in our state, in our community.
I sit next to you in math class.
It's proving that they're learning better and they're not coming to school so hungry on Monday morning. We're engaging them and we're helping them learn. I mean, people want to help their fellow citizens, and in this food bank, in this agency, that is exactly what's happening, is people really, truly care.
I'm here.
I'm here to change the faces.
I'm here to change the faces of hunger.
The NDSU Bookstore, where every true fan and alum goes to get their pride on. Gear up with a variety of high-quality t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and more. Made by top-of-the-line brands like Under Armour, Nike, and CI Sport to help you show off your Bison pride. The NDSU Bookstore has everything you need in your two favorite colors, green and gold.
Textbook costs are at an all-time high, with the average college student spending $655 each year, according to the National Association of College Stores. As SUTV's Nate Manning reports, the North Dakota University system plans to move to another, more affordable option.
It's not a secret that managing money for a college student is tricky.
Okay, $674.
And the high price for textbooks doesn't make it any easier. That's why NDUS Director of Distance Education, Tanya Spilovoy, is pushing for something that'll take some of the pressure off a student's checkbooks: open educational resources.
The bookstore and the campus is hoping to get faculty to use some materials that might be either free or less expensive to students.
These resources, or OERs, are easy to access and are free in most cases, making them desirable for students.
I think it's a good plan because a lot of students spend a lot of money on textbooks. It'd be nice to save some of it. But it depends if they're all online or if you can actually have the hardcover textbook itself.
But not all is good. Not every resource meets department standards, and a lot of the resources can be created by just about anyone.
You get what you pay for, and if you pay nothing, you may not get that scholarly research. You might not get that peer-reviewed research. Because, again, the people who write textbooks are faculty.
The bookstore will keep OERs available as a supplement to textbooks. Professors will be able to decide what they use, but for the bookstore, it's just about making things easier on students.
We're very much attuned to the affordability issue, so where we can add value to that and provide resources for faculty to use, open educational resources, we are doing that.
These OERs can already be found in several classrooms across campus, and while Spilovoy doesn't have an implementation plan yet, all that money that students spend on textbooks looks to be just a thing of the past. Nate Manning reporting for SUTV News.
Another way that the bookstore is trying to help students is by offering comparison prices to other vendors on their website. Some of those vendors include Amazon, NDSU's Rafter Rental, and eBay.
Well, joining us now is Sports Director Joel Sipper. Joel, we have a big weekend this weekend for sports.
I mean, we have game day coming, but also we had volleyball, and I'll tell you more about that coming up after the break.
The NDSU Spectrum. You can read the news while waiting for a bus. Or sports while waiting for a computer. The Spectrum. Free news, made for the students, written by the students. You can even read the A&E section while waiting for a cup of coffee. Or the opinion section while waiting for your next class to start. While checking out the weather, you can browse the art gallery. The Spectrum is distributed every Monday and Thursday, but you can get it anytime at ndsuspectrum.com. The Spectrum. Get them before they're gone.
You are listening to 96.3 KNDS LPFM Fargo.
KNDS is the only student-operated radio station in the Fargo-Moorhead area.
This week's edition of Gentleman's Hour. Hope you all enjoyed it. You listened to 96.3 KNDS, DJ Alex, and DJ DC.
KNDS plays a variety of music ranging from hard rock to alternative to the classical Frank Sinatra.
Blacklist in that one.
Both hours. You can catch great shows like The Gentleman's Hour, The Bearded Moon, The Russian Predicament, and many more.
All right, have a great weekend, everyone. This is Gentleman's Hour.
You can listen to KNDS at 96.3 or check them out online at KNDS Radio.
Welcome back. The wins just keep coming for the three-time FCS champion Bison. NDSU took to the field in Utah, taking on Weber State, looking for its 26th straight win. And NDSU gets game day. First quarter, it's going to be Eric Wilkes from Weber State. He's going to break it down onto the sideline and scampers for the touchdown. Weber State ties it to 7-7. Later, it's the defense. Kyle Emanuel sacks the quarterback, Billy Green. Ball's loose, and Carlton Littlejohn scoops it up, scores. Bison fired up, scores 14-7 in the third quarter, capping off a late drive. It's going to be King Frazier scoring his first career touchdown for the Bison. And later, Weber State pulling out all their bags of tricks. Carlton Littlejohn is not having none of it as he tackles the kicker. NDSU wins 24-7. John Crockett led the way with 123 rushing yards and a touchdown. This Saturday, NDSU will play its home opener, taking on Incarnate Word at 2:30 in the Fargo Dome. The Bison have never played the Cardinals, and that poses some challenges.
They've got a pretty good scheme on offense, trying to run perimeter running game. So it's a different plan than what we faced the first 2 weeks.
Volleyball now, heading into Tuesday's rivalry game. It was a tale of hot and cold. No, not the Katy Perry song. NDSU has lost 3 in a row, while the University of North Dakota was riding a 5-game winning streak. There was 1,572 fans out in the Benson Bunker Fieldhouse. Let's go see what kind of atmosphere that was. Early on, we're going to have NDSU here, just a simple bump, set, and a smash from Emily Myron. Bison take the first set, 25-20. UND, that's Marina Whittle rallying the crowd from the Bison basketball team. UND is rallying as they are down 2 sets. Faith Dooley puts it away. UND wins that set, 25-13. Bison come roaring back as Haley Steffen smacks it down. NDSU up in the 4th set. And here comes the game point. NDSU looking to close out this victory at home, and it's going to be Minnick that finishes it. It was a career night for sophomore middle hitter Emily Myron as she had a career-high 15 kills and 4 blocks. The Bison will hit the road this weekend to play in the CFCU Classic in Illinois. First game of the tournament is 7 p.m. Friday against the University of Missouri-Kansas. The Bison golf team recently recorded one of its best scores ever at a 3-day tournament. NDSU posted a team record of 906. The Bison finished 5th out of 10 teams in the Chipping Club tournament. Senior Stare Ranton and junior Haley Boner had best scores for the Bison as they tied for 4th individually. They will return to action on September 22nd at South Dakota State.
All right, well, when we come back, a look at the event the Ballroom Dancing Club put on this past weekend.
And some highlights from the 2 games Bison football has played so far. Stay with us.
More than 400 million people use Facebook to stay connected with family, friends, and colleagues, in addition to the millions of others who use Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Flickr for networking purposes. While Facebook and other social media sites are great tools to help you connect with friends and build networks, you should also be aware of the potential dangers associated with using these tools. So, let's talk tech.
First of all, always be mindful of what you and your friends are posting online. Nothing online is private, no matter what security settings a website may boast. Anything posted online stays online. So take time to consider what you and your friends are putting online before you post it. For example, do you want your potential employers or your current boss to see embarrassing pictures that your friends have posted? There is also the question of how much information should you disclose on a social media site. Posting too much personal information could lead to lost job opportunities, harassment, internet stalking, and identity theft. Don't publicize information that the public doesn't need to know. Finally, you should think about who you want to see those things you've posted online. By evaluating the appropriateness of the privacy settings on your social media site, it is recommended that you customize your settings such that only your close friends can see your personal information, such as your home address, email, and phone numbers. Ideally, this information should not even be online. Additionally, social media networks frequently update their security protocols, so be sure to review and update your security settings regularly. With these precautions, you will be well on your way to enjoying a safe and secure social networking experience.
Welcome back to SUTV News. NDSU students recently got the chance to put on their dancing shoes. The annual Ballroom Blitz event was put on by the NDSU Ballroom Dancing Club over the weekend. The dance was held in the Great Plains Ballroom in the Memorial Union. Some of the dances that students learned are the waltz, foxtrot, cha-cha, East Coast swing, and the rumba. The event was first created to promote the club to freshmen, but learning the dances can be useful in other ways.
You can use this in so many different ways. So, I mean, you can go to a wedding and dance and just go to different events. So.
The Ballroom Dance Club meets during the week at 9 p.m. in the Wellness Center in Studio B.
Thank you for watching this edition of SUTV News.
Be sure to pick up a copy of the Spectrum and check us out on Facebook or Twitter.
Also, visit us at ndsubin.com for your chance to win some special prizes.
Have a great night.